So, hi everyone. Today is my first day doing an YouTube live quiz. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get some participants, and once the participant starts coming in, I will start the questions. This is a simple set of 10 questions based on recent happenings, events, things, and people in news. So, yeah, it should be a simple set, and probably we should be done in about 20 minutes. Um, Let me wait so that people can join in. Okay. So can you post a comment? Yeah. So let's wait for a few minutes for people to come in. Okay. So we have got Satya Balakrishnan who has come in. If you have joined the quiz live, do share a hi in the comments so I know that you are participating. We'll wait for 2 more minutes before we get started. Hi, Rishiraj. Just let's wait for 2 minutes. We'll get started at 8 with the questions. Thanks for joining in, Rishi. All right, so let me start by sharing my screen. So can you see my screen now? Let me open the set. Ouch. So guys, can you see my screen? Hi Karthik, hi Amartya, hi Shreyas. Can we play while being on phone? Yes, you can. Shreyas, you have been doing YouTube quizzes a lot, so it probably, yeah, yes, we can. You asked yourself and you answered it, which is good. Okay, so let's get started. This is my first time doing this quiz, so I might make a few mistakes. So please pardon me if I make some mistakes. This is a small set of 10 questions, all topical stuff, starting with question number one. So, yeah, I have been organizing this quiz for August 9th. It's called the Mind Games Online Quiz, hosted by Professor Rangarajan from the Coimbatore Quiz Circle. If you've been to any of his Coimbatore live quizzes or the open quizzes, he usually used to host on January. So yeah, I've been during my engineering days. I have participated in a lot of his quizzes. So he's hosting this quiz. It's on August 9th. I've been sharing the link for this quiz a lot. Do yeah, do register for this quiz. Meanwhile, okay. Meanwhile, let me start for the first question. Okay, so this is a very simple starting first question. The question is very simple. There is a particular website, or I would say an organization, a foundation, uh, not philanthropic effort, but a kind of a. These people created a new way of doing stuff. So they basically they posted this on their website, or you can see it in most of their pages. Basically, they're asking for money. We ask you humbly, don't scroll away. And they've been asking for money, and like they've been a little honest about it. Also, they're saying this is the second appeal we have been showing you. It's awkward, but this Saturday we need your help. We don't have salespeople. We depend on donations from exceptional leaders, but fewer than 2% give. If you donate just rupees 110 or whatever you can this Saturday, Wikipedia could keep thriving. Thank you. A lot of answers coming in. Who was the first one? Amartya Saha says Wikipedia. Shiva Prasad Sharma says Wikipedia. NK says Wikipedia. Subramanian Ramanan Wikipedia. Shesh Shah gets a little more technical and says Wikimedia. And Ramakrishnan Ranganathan Wikipedia. It is, of course, Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is run by Wikimedia. So all of you are right. I've been following this news recently. There have been a little bit of you can't say right-wing criticism, but some people who criticize that Wikipedia is not fair to Indian readers or Indian articles. They're a little bit biased against Indian readers, and there is the other wing, where other faction which says that they are as good as they claim to be. And recently found a tweet thread where they analyze how much of these money is being spent. And yeah, so one major conclusion that they came up with is that they do have a lot of money, but we can contribute if you, but it's not that urgent. So do check out the thread. Maybe I can share it later in the description of this. So if you have some interesting funda related to this, do share that also in the comment section, in the comments. So I'll say that aloud in the quiz. So question number two. So this is an interesting question. This is a tougher one. As you can see, this is a cover of Oprah magazine, and this has a unique distinction. I want what this unique distinction that this particular cover has. And like you can see, it features Breonna Taylor. To people who might not have heard his name, I also learned about his name recently. Is that she was one of the persons who was actually faced a lot of discrimination because of her skin color. She was actually killed. She was sleeping in her house with his husband. Some police people entered the house, stormed into her house, and some altercation happened, and she was killed. So it was a sad, tragic end to her life. And she was recently featured in the Oprah magazine because of all the Black Lives Matter activism that's been gaining ground. Any answers? Balaji or Ramakrishnan, Shreyas, Subramaniam, Ramanan, NK, Shivaprasad, Amatya Saha. Any guesses for this? If you don't know, it's a fun quiz, so make a guess in case, yeah, if your guess is right, then yeah, you can claim that you answered a tougher question in this quiz. Shreyas, any guesses? No guesses, I see, no comments. Uh, I'll wait for a few more seconds before I disclose the answer. Like I said before, Oprah magazine, I mean, it's like, or most of you know, it's run by the media personality Oprah, Winfrey Oprah. Okay, I'm closing this. The funda is that Oprah magazine covers usually, not usually, all the time portrays just Oprah. It's her in different costumes, different settings, but it's just Oprah. This is the first time I hear, from what I read, in the 20-year history, that someone other than Oprah is being featured in the magazine cover. So that is Breonna Taylor. And that's the funda I was looking for. Unfortunately, no answers here. Maybe a tougher question. Question number 3. Hopefully, that's easy. Yeah, this is slightly. Oprah is always on the cover. Oh, I am not. Sorry. First, posthumous feature cover is not wrong, not right. Picture in a selfie is not right. Magazine doesn't have Oprah in cover. Yeah, that's Pradeep Kumar. You got it right. Sorry, I just saw the comments in StreamYard a little late. Pradeep, you got it right. She replays Oprah on the cover. That's right. Arun Tottakattu, Prasanna Kumar. You are right. Karthik J. That was the last pick. I'm not sure about that. First time. Okay. How do we answer? Just by commenting here? Yeah, you have to answer by commenting in the comment section. I know it's not like Zoom. Zoom provides for more interaction by answering with your voice or even turning on a video and participating. But in YouTube, it's more of a one-way communication, as in you have to answer only in the comment section. So next question is kind of like a cryptic clue. 1986 is the first time it was created or drafted. 1992 was when the first modification or first alteration came in, and recently 2020 is the next time when this particular thing was modified. What is the thing in question? Very topical. If you all of you are on social media, you would have read this. You would have seen debates about the positive things about it, the negatives of these. Why do we really need to change? Different people looking at a different perspective. So yeah, it's all over the news in the last 1 week, especially. I participated in a quiz this afternoon by Vishnu, and this was one of the questions, as in not this particular format, but they asked the logo. They showed the logo of this, and then they asked us what it was. NK says change in education policies. You're almost there. Indian education policy changes. Arun Tattakattu, Prasanna Kumar, you also got it. Karthik, national education policy. Amatya Saga, NEP. Yeah, National Education Policy or NEP is the answer I'm looking for. It was first drafted in 1986, and then 1992 was the first modification that was made in, and then recently 2020 they're planning for a almost complete revamp of the Indian education system with changes in the structure. So that is question 3. Question 4 is about this picture. It was also, I mean, this particular event was also in the news. I want you to identify the place and the occasion. You see a bridge at the back. I can read for you. It says Edmund Peton Bridge. So this particular bridge you would have seen in some very famous movie. If you say the name of the movie, it's the answer. So I want you to identify the place and the occasion. What does or very recent happening? Like I said, all the questions in this quiz are from recent happenings. So identify the place and the recent happening. I think the comments might have come in, but I'm not seeing them here. Yeah. Arun Tattakattu Prasanna Kumar has answered. Anyone else wants to take any guess? I have asked for two names, the place and the occasion. And if you can say Selma Bridge and Bloody Sunday, Arun Tattakattu Prasanna Kumar. You have Selma, Death of John something, black activist. Sesa, that's the answer I was looking for. It is the name of the place is Selma, and it was the death of John Lewis. He was a black activist campaigning for the rights of black. Um, I think more than a year or two back, John Lewis, says Pradeep Kumar, you are right, it's John Lewis. And he died recently, and a lot of people gave him a funeral. Yeah, funeral of that activist, Shesha, you are right. The funeral of that activist. He led a march in this bridge, which was like an iconic moment in the black activist history. He died recently. A lot of people gave tributes. This was one of the tributes where they took a small short march in this bridge. Selma Bridge, John Lewis cremation. That's the exact answer. Okay, moving on to question number 5. So, to people following cricket, and I know at least one person in the comment section who knows his cricket in and out. Who is this person? Here, you of course you see him playing baseball and football, but the sport that we know him for is not these two. Identify this particular player. I know this is not topical as such, but this is the first time. Nice one. Didn't know Selma Bridge. Thanks, Pradeep Kumar. Yeah, we all been following this recently. It's not Nike. Uh, Both QMT. Probably you wanted to say Botham. Subramaniam Ramanan. Pradeep Kumar has answered Beefy. Amatya Saha has answered Bottom. Shade Sa. Iron Bottom. Force come top. Iron Bottom it is. So, like many of you know, I knew him primarily as a cricket player. But recently, he came across a thread where he said he just not just played for cricket, but also played in other sports. And I heard there was a documentary, interesting documentary about him. If you know any other funda related to him, please do share. I don't know what a bottom Richards trophy is, but he entered House of Lords, maybe. So the answer I'm looking for is Ian Bottom. A lot of you got it correct. The first one to get it right was Subramaniam Ramanan. Good answer there, Subramaniam Ramanan. And Shade Shah, of course, from Cricinfo. He works at Cricinfo. He got it right. And Amatya Saha also got it right. Okay. So moving on to question 6. So yeah, this is the end bottom in this cricket gear. This is question number 6. It's a list of athletes: Megan Rapinoe, LeBron James, Naomi Osaka, Eliud Kipchoge, Caster Semenya, Cristiano Ronaldo, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sorry for misspelling that. Serena Williams, Colin Kaepernick, and Kylian Mbappe. So, what the question or the thing that I'm looking for is that what connects these people? Question number 6 is about what connects these people. Pradeep Kumar has answered, Shrestha has answered, and since people are little aware of this, can you answer? There is a follow up question to this. There is an Indian connection to this, and if you can be more specific about the Indian connection of this the answer. Pradeep Kumar has said Nike ad, Shrestha has said Nike ad, Amatya Saha has said Nike ad. Yes, of course, it is the Nike ad. All of you got it right. Some award winners, Karthik, good guess, but no. These are all featured in the recent. I may not get the correct term. It says "You Can't Stop Us" by Nike, where a lot of these sports players. It's a beautiful ad where they have stitched together Indians women team. That is right, Subramaniam Ramanan. Where they have featured the Indian women's team also, where they have stitched athletes from two different sports. You should. I will give a link to that particular ad. You can search it online and find it. So these all of these athletes were featured in that particular in the recent Nike ad. Beautiful ad again. Go check it out. Question number 7, slightly tougher. Identify the organization from the logo. Pradeep Kumar has said, since the comments are late, I'm reading it a little late. Sorry, guys. Kartikeya Pradhan says Indian women's cricket team. That's right. Sharad Gupta also says the same thing. Pradeep Kumar says Indian women's cricket team. Nijav says in the huddle. Yeah, almost all of you got it right. Now this is a slightly tougher one. Let's see who answered this. It's a logo. Identify the logo. Very topical in the news. Probably a clue is all of us. You can't stop sport. Yes, yeah, you can't stop sport. Aras Nijav, you got that right. Now coming back to question number 7. Identify this particular organization from the logo. Very topical in the news, and if it's a, I will give you a small clue. It's not Amazon Kartikeya Pradhan. All of our lives may be depending on that. A big clue that I'm giving you is all of our lives in the recent times. You know what's been happening recently in this coronavirus time. Uh, Depends on these people. There's a bit of spelling mistake in the question, but that's fine. Uh, Coronavirus. How do we get rid of coronavirus? Is something that's been in the minds of all of people. Oxford Labs. Nijav, you're almost there. I am looking for a particular organization, not Zoom. Zoom has a blue color logo, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. The blue colors kind of a spinning logo. Actually, can't recall brand the Zoom logo correctly. Word blue color logo, maybe whatever. But it's not Zoom. COVID vaccine, AstraZeneca. Subramaniam Ramanan, you got it first. That is right. It is AstraZeneca's logo. The organization, the research or the pharmaceutical organization associated with Oxford Labs, who've been involved in creating a vaccine for COVID. This is AstraZeneca. It's not Arogya. Good guess, Satya. Karthik says, oh, Ketan Naik, you also got it right. AstraZeneca. It's not Serum Institute. Serum Institute, I think, is an Indian organization. They don't have this logo. Filmistan says AstraZeneca. That's right. Sharad Gupta says Serum Institute. No, I think Serum Institute has a slightly different logo. Maybe I'll feature that in the next quiz. Okay, going on to question number 8. Simple one, very topical. Name this intergalactic explorer. Bean. I want the specific name of this particular device or contraption. Like you can see, this is an artistic portrayal of that particular device. So tell me what I'm looking for is the name of this. So the name of this particular device. So if you can tell me what this particular device or contraption is, Mars rover, but I'm not looking for this Mars rover NK. I'm looking for a specific name which is given by Ketan Naik. It is, of course, called Perseverance. See, Amartya Saha. Nijay says ingenuity. This particular thing is not ingenuity. Amartya Saha, you got it right. Karthik J, Perseverance, that is right. The Mars rover sent by NASA is called Perseverance. A lot of people got it right. Ketan Naik, Amartya Saha, Subramaniam Brahmanan, Filmistan, Karthik J, Perseverance. There is a follow-up to this question. Now identify this. This is the from what I read. This is the kind of Mars helicopter which is used along with the rover. This also has a name. It's not Perseverance. Now tell me the name of this particular device. This is kind of like a follow-up to that particular question. Perseverance is the name of the rover. What is the name of this device? And actually, there is one more. So if you look at it, they use a particular technology called SHERLOC, or they call it SHERLOC. It's called scanning habitable environments with dash and luminescence of organic and chemicals. It's a particular, I know this is kind of a deep cut into Perseverance, but let's see who gets this right. I want the blanked out name. It starts with R, and actually, you know what? If whoever is going to answer this, I'm going to declare you as the winner, because I didn't know this funda. I was researching about Perseverance in the NASA website. I found this. They use this particular technology called SHERLOC. From the name of it, what I guess, and please check NASA website after this, is that they use this technology to scan the soil, to scan the different things in Mars, to find out if it has life. The previous one is Ingenuity. I'm closing that. It is Ingenuity. Now, what does Sherlock? What does the R in Sherlock stand for? The R in Sherlock identify the blanked out name. This is one particular technology that they use in the Mars rover. What does the R in Sherlock that is being used in Perseverance stand for? That is my next question. It is not Watson Filmistan. Good guess, but it starts with R. Uh, any guesses for that? Okay, let me just. It's not radioactive. Pradeep Kumar, it's not radioactive. It's not radio. Civil engineer says Raman. That is right. It is, of course, Raman, named after C.V. Raman. Good answer. I don't know what's your actual name, but you call yourself civil. Kartikeya Pradhan answer also answered as Raman. Um, Nijab says radio. It's not radio. Kartikeya Pradhan says C.V. Raman. It's named after C.V. Raman. It's Raman. Civil engineer says Raman. Karthik J. Radians or Radius? No, it's Raman. Radio imagining, civil engineer. Nice one, Kartikeya. Yeah, Kartikeya, this is kind of like the star question in this quiz. Both civil engineer and I think Kartikeya Pradhan got that. It's named after Raman. Of course, all of you know the Indian scientist Raman, who did phenomenal work with respect to wavelengths and then the color spectrum. So that is being used in the technology of Mars rover to find out if Mars has life. So going on to question number 9. Okay, so this is a snapshot of okay, there's a lot of things I should have blanked out, but let's go with this. He's been born in, okay, this has the answer, but let me just complete it. He was born in Asmara in 1955, completed PhD in community health in 2000. He was health minister in his country in 2005 to 2012, foreign minister from 2012 to 2016, and elected director general in 2017. So I want you to identify Amartya Saha. Thank you for who chief. That is right. Subramanian Ramanan, you gets it. And since I made a mistake, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Who head? Who head is right. WHO, the World Health Organization head. Last, this is him. It's not Gauchi. That's not Gauchi, right? Lauchi, okay. It's not the American doctor guy who's also involved in COVID vaccine. In fact, who chief? His name is Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. We'll just call him Tedros for this quiz purposes. Okay, that was the 9th question. The final question. Okay, this is an interesting question. So there is this guy. It's not Gauchi. Shiva Prasad Sharma got it right. Subramanian Ramanan got it right. Amartya Saha got it, did it right. Tedros Adhanom is correct, Ketanaik. So this particular guy did a very unique thing. And since we have all been connected through this particular platform, what did he did recently that got him a lot of fame, a lot of views, I should say. So what did he do? And let me tell you, I've been doing this YouTube thing for about 2 months now. I had uh, never thought of doing this. Satya Balakrishnan has given a guess. Any other guess? 1 hour. Shiva Prasad Sharma says 1 hour of video doing nothing. Indonesian guy. Okay, maybe I got the nationality wrong. Aishwarya's son. No, it's not. Good joke, Karthik. Aishwarya's son doesn't look like this. Aishwarya doesn't have a son. Aishwarya has a daughter. Most viewed video, 1.8 million people. It's not the most viewed people, but Satya Balakrishnan, you get it right. He sat in front of YouTube camera for 2 hours and did nothing. Imagine a person sitting in front of YouTube for 2 hours, as in the YouTube live stream for 2 hours and did nothing. And that video got 2 million views. You won't believe me? Go check the news. It got 2 million views. There's an Indonesian guy who did that. That's the claim to his fame. That's almost the end of the quiz. I have few more kind of like bonus questions. I'll quickly run through them. So this, if you can see, it says things in green and things in blue. Sorry, things in violet and things in green. What are those two different things? That is question number 11, bonus question. And then finally, I will end the quiz with this question. Who is the author of this book, The World of Homosexuals? Most viewed. For the previous question, someone has said, sat doing nothing. Sivarama Prasad, yeah, that is right. He sat in front of YouTube, did nothing, and he got 2 million views. Um yeah, I hope that I can also sit in front of YouTube for some time, for maybe 2 3 hours, and get these many views. Shiv Rama Prasad sat for 2 hours doing nothing. That is right. Next question. Amartya Saha says Shakuntala Devi. It is indeed Shakuntala Devi. If you have seen her movie recently, there's a particular scene where she actually blames his previous former husband, saying that he's an homosexual. It's a false accusation. And yeah, movie being made. Pradeep Kumar says movie being made. Shakuntala Devi, the mathematician. That's the answer that I was looking for. And I was reading this blurb, and if you look at this last, she says she is currently at work on a book on lesbians. Probably a very curious, eclectic mind, looking at different things. And this is the final question. Thanks for joining the quiz. So this is Shakuntala Devi again, and again one more bonus question is that oh, NK says saw that movie today. Great. I also saw kind of like the last few portions of that movie today. What's been blanked out? Human computer of world fame, personal astrologer of president, prime ministers, is now available for what? Is now available for, yeah, is she was also an astrologer, so she was available for astrology consultations. So that's the end of this quiz. Thanks for participating. Thanks, Ketan Naik. Nice quiz. So I'm planning to do this quiz in a uh, throughout, probably once every month, maybe once every week later. So topical set of questions is what I'm planning to do. I'm also doing a quiz or hosting a quiz on August 9th, Sunday, at 2:30 p.m. Professor Rangarajan from Coimbatore Quiz Circle will be the host for this quiz, and there are prizes worth about 2,000 Amazon coupons. So do participate in the quiz. I will be sharing the link to registering for the quiz in the description for this quiz. Thanks for joining in the quiz, and hope you have a great Saturday night, and go and have a great Sunday too. Happy quizzing, and thank you, NK. Should do this every weekend. Yeah, I will consider that. That's the idea of starting this quiz, is to do a topical set of questions every weekend, and then see how it goes. So probably cover the happenings of that particular week in the quiz. So Subramaniam Raman, great set. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for participating, and thanks everyone. Thanks for participating, and that's the end of this quiz. Oh, I'm just trying